Okay, so the attaché in another land, I think that's how that's pronounced, uh, is one of the quests that can give you an achievement. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to Hanbei. The mushrooms here don't look too bad. I'll put them on my shopping list. Hanbei? Now that's a familiar name. Paimon's sure we've heard that name somewhere. Uh, Tornosuk and Yosuk both mentioned him. Yikes, he's the guy who made a complete mess of the Makeki furnace. I think he's here as a foreign attaché. I think he's here for the mushrooms. So he really is here in Sumeru. Paimon thought that whole foreign attaché thing was just a joke. Blonde hair and a small flying thing. Are you the traveler? That's right. Haha, so it really is you. Yosuk's letter mentioned how you helped Mr. Xavier deal with the that furnace. I can't say the name. I feel so ashamed. I was tied up with administrative work when the two of you were fixing the McCaig furnace. Is administrative work really more important than the McCaig furnace? You've got your priorities all wrong. McCaig furnace maintenance wouldn't have progressed so smoothly without administrative work, you know. I was evacuating the people nearby, prepping the materials for repairs, redirecting the appropriate manpower, and even coordinating production. All these things would have been a complete mess without administrative support. It's just like Toranosuke said. You live up to your reputation. Toranosuke, that man has such blatant disregard for administrative work. I always end up with extra work when working with him. But I'm not in charge of the Keki Furnace anymore. I'm serving as a foreign attaché in Sumeru now, and I manage the mushroom trade. Traveler, I've heard about your deeds from Yusuke, and I do believe you are a truly reliable person. If you don't mind, could you help me with something? I've been searching for a reliable mushroom supplier, and I've met with many merchants here. But they always select only their best to put on display. I think a visit to their farms is necessary to assess the quality of their supply. But as you can see, I have no experience in conducting surveys in the wild, and I don't think I'll make it out of the forest alive if I go alone. So, I would like you to help me go through and gather some mushrooms. Well, I can do that, but let's talk about payment first. You'll do it? Wonderful. Don't worry about your payment. I've even prepared the contract documentation. Take a look at this. Yes, this document. This is your hiring contract, compensation breakdown, and disclosure and confidentiality agreement. Oh, I almost forgot. Here's a map of the mushroom farm. He should live in Fontaine. They're all about confidentiality and contracts and stuff like that. Or Liyue. They're also big on contracts. You are exhausted after carefully looking through all the documents with Henbei. Good, now you're fully informed. I'll be sending a report to the shogunate, and we can finalize everything once I have the shogunate's approval. But I'll pay you out of my own pocket until then. After all, I can't delay this any longer. Of course, I'll be filing the necessary documents for this as well. Your compensation does come with tax implications. I'm going to gather mushrooms now. I'll leave it to you then. We won't get caught up in some trouble again, right? We won't if we keep an eye on him. I wonder what kind of trouble he'll cause this time. Hey, if that really happens, we won't have anyone to help us out here. Why do you look so doubtful? Don't you worry. I've made very thorough preparations, so there won't be any issues during this process. We're not talking about that kind of trouble. Let's just get his mushrooms for him, shall we? There's 2 here. I'm surprised that worked.
Surprise!
Okay, so I guess the mushrooms there's one here. Maybe I should switch one of the characters to Nahida. That might be easier.
There are still so many.
Can't get that from here. Oh, you jerks! I can't grab them with Nahida.
We'll be.
Oop. I guess there's more somewhere. Maybe not. Nope. Wouldn't let me do a ground slam. I thought this area was smooth enough where I could stand, but apparently not. But here is. Yep, that's all the mushrooms I'm seeing, so I'm gonna go ahead and head back. Because it might trigger the thing once I turn in the mushrooms. So, did you manage to gather the mushrooms? Wonderful, this is plenty. They look pretty good. I gathered some extra mushrooms. Haha, that's great! Please give them to me too. I'll count them into your payment calculations. Here's your payment. Thanks for the help. Is this before or after taxes? After taxes. Don't worry, I wouldn't make you go all the way back to Inazuma just to pay for overdue taxes. That said, I can't guarantee there'll be any changes to the shogunate's tax policy since. I should write a letter to Yusuke regarding this matter. Okay, I got the achievement, so I don't need to do that one anymore. Let's take it off my list. That one. Delete. Now my list has gotten slightly smaller. Alright. So that's going to be it for today, and I'll see you guys later.